As, of course, the largest emergency stimulus package in American history has been signed into law, and the stimulus checks, we're told, are about to roll out at some point. The state registered investment advisor, Jeff Bangerter, is joining us live via Zoom to explain what is next with all this. Hey, Jeff.
Hey, how are you this morning?
Okay, so this whole thing is called the CARES Act. What is in the CARES Act?
Well, kind of the bottom line is the new law is designed to, send checks to individuals. So if you're an adult making less than $75,000 a year, you're going to get $1,500 or $1,200, then $500 for each child. Mm-hmm. And that's per earner in the family, so you could get double that, which would, help people out, I think. But there's also a cutoff. If you're making over $99,000 a year, you don't get any money. But it is $2 trillion, and it's designed to really spur the economy again after we get through the virus.
So that kind of brings me to the next two questions. First of all, when should somebody expect to see this check?
So in the past, they're saying right now that you should have it by mid-April. In the past, it's taken a lot longer than what they've anticipated. Back in 2001, it actually took 6 weeks, and after the 2008 downturn, there was an economic stimulus package. You had to file your tax return, and then it took 8 to 12 weeks to get it. But, more people file electronically now, mm-hmm. and so the IRS already has all of your banking information. Yeah. So they're just looking to electronically transfer it right into your account. So I think it should be a lot faster this go around.
So the second question is, though, is this going to work to stimulate the economy? Is it enough?
Well, we'll wait and see. I know there's a couple other plans. I think they're talking about $2 trillion additional dollars in infrastructure, which, let's face it, we know our roads need it. But I think as you look at folks, what they can do with it, they're hoping that we take the money and we spend it. And that might be the case if you actually need it. Now, if you're still working, still getting a paycheck, and you don't need it, there are certainly other things that you can do to protect yourself now and in the future.
And so I wanted to ask that because obviously there's going to be a lot of people who just need it to buy groceries and just get through day-to-day life. But if you're fortunate enough to not be in that situation, as a professional, what do you recommend somebody does with this money?
Well, the first thing is, we have, as a country, $14 trillion in debt. And so the very first thing is I would look at a way to pay down some of your debt, whether it's student loans or credit card payments or, mortgages, whatever you have. Now's a good time to take some of that and to start paying down debt. Mm-hmm. The second thing I would look at is having an emergency fund. Most Americans, not most, half, are living paycheck to paycheck and don't have enough money to cover 3 months of an emergency. And here we are having one. Yeah. And so if you're still lucky enough to be employed, still getting a check, I think you should take this money and set it aside in an emergency fund just in case you do end up getting laid off.
And what about in investing? I mean, I know that's probably a million miles away from a lot of people's minds right now. The stock market we've seen has been crazy. Is that something you would recommend staying away from at this point?
No, actually, I think it's a great opportunity right now. Those that have a long view and the guts, I guess, to get in while things are down, you're going to be rewarded in the long run. And if you think about your retirement planning, first off, you should be contributing 10 to 15% into your 401k plan. At a minimum, you should put in whatever your employer will match. Mm-hmm. And then if you want to have some tax diversity, you could be funding a Roth IRA and putting that money to work. You really should be spending some time now, especially if you're sitting at home looking for stuff to do. Take some time to do a little bit of retirement planning. I do have a calculator on my website at bangerterfinancial.com to help people start that process.
Okay, Jeff Bangerter, thank you so much. It's great insight. Appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
All right, guys.
Thank you.